And we are ready for basketball. Pete Nance, P.J. Hall, and we are underway. The Tigers with the basketball first.
If you're North Carolina, you like that possession because you play inside out. Allow Armando Bacot to put his hands on the basketball and make a play for his teammates.
Hall banks it in for three, and defensively the heels get back. Hall decides not to bank that one in, and that glances immediately to somebody in the front row. Back in January of 2020, he led this team into this building and won for the first time in 59 attempts in Chapel Hill. And he did tell us before the game today that that effort came up this week. The junior from White Plains, New York. In they go, Bacot. Draws a crowd, goes to the reverse and lays it in.
Who was so important for that team a year ago.
And chemistry continues to be a question. First Clemson player other than P.J. Hall to score 10-6.
Playing very good basketball back in the lineup now as the leader at the point guard position.
Happy to have Reverend Galloway back. Happy to have Alex Hemingway back. From the corner, leaky block for three. But he's a floor spacer who Clemson desperately needs. Puff Johnson into the game for Carolina. Feeds Jalen Washington, the promising freshman.
In the class a season ago, unfortunate for North Carolina that he chose to come to Chapel Hill.
And Hunter Tyson, now a member of the 1,000-point club. Plenty of time this year to make some sort of noise going towards March.
It absolutely is, and when you consider what the legacy he will lead as we see Jalen Washington with the finish.
But with that, you know, he came so close to having his jersey forever hanging in the rafters in 4 different ways last year. Caleb Love. Hemingway makes about 50% of his threes. He won't have many more open than that one. Love for three. Back to back.
With 3 already from beyond the arc.
On the year, only 29%. What do you make of that, Corey, as P.J. Hall is now into double figures with that bucket? 7 to shoot. Tyson picked up his dribble. Right there with him, of course. Leaky Black with a block shot. Here comes Leaky going end to end, and he is denied. Up to the rim to say no way. The one doing that.
Absolutely. Leaky is one of the ACC's best defenders. However, Chase Hunter going all Corso. Not so fast, my friend. Virginia right now is one of the 3 teams at the top of what I still consider to be the best league in the country.
P.J. Hall having himself a big afternoon for the Tigers.
The big O, him. It's because he was able to do so many things so well. So when you're looking at those 3 players, what player stands out to you about how balanced they can be?
And that would be one Armando Bacot, who still, even though North Carolina has not been great this season.
With Godfrey and Tyson up front. Under 6 minutes to go in the half. Work the ball around from Davis. Too low!
That was a great offensive possession for North Carolina. Once again, getting the basketball in the hands of Bacot, accepting the double team. As Chase Hunter comes back and fires. And when you play zone against North Carolina, you've got to count for where number 5 is whenever a shot goes up.
R.J. Davis says, don't forget about me.
Is great to see in Coral Gables.
Yeah, they are fun to watch. Here goes Galloway, right to the bucket. Nicely done.
Maturing as a basketball player, one of 9 Division I basketball players, 25 years old or older.
R.J. Davis off the back. Then last year with Boston College, this is now his 7th year as a college student.
Tigers have not run away to hide.
Davis into the paint, finds a wide open Nance. Bacot cleans it up. Just like we have seen time and again over the last 4 years here in Chapel Hill.
Those 2 fouls, he can only be so physical with Bacot, especially under the glass.
There's the 8.7 boards for Bacot. Well on his way to yet another double-double. Love to the corner, Puff Johnson. All alone. Give him 3. Georgia Tech star Jose Alvarado trying to become a better defender, and it has manifested this year. He still can distribute the assist to the slam by Bacot.
And also, it gears up their effort on the defensive end.
Galloway right to the basket for a 2nd time here in the first half. Let's go over to Angel, who moments ago talked to Hubert Davis.
Yes, Corey, you talked about how this team is different when Caleb and Armando are aggressive offensively. Caleb Love and Armando both in double figures.
You're locked in a little more defensively. And oftentimes when things aren't going well offensively, you're thinking about your offensive game as we see Caleb Love attacking the basket. Some guys feel like they should be playing more than others, etc. But right now, the chemistry has looked great.
Well, there have only been Davis and number 65 as a Tar Heel all time. Give him 2 more points. Good control as Hall went down. And remember, P.J. Hall's playing with 3 fouls
here this afternoon.
And this would only be Carolina's 2nd quad-1 win of the year. It's hard to believe they have played 9 quad-1 games as Hall since the NCAA field expanded to 64 teams back in 1985. Not a single preseason number 1 has missed the postseason tournament. And again, if the Heels continue to play like they have for the last...
And call set plays, and he said, I will if we get scored on. You get scored on, your punishment is you got to run what I want you to run. And right there, they got scored on. They ran what he wanted them to run.
If you're Clemson, how do you get Hunter Tyson going at this end?
Well, one of the areas that you can get Hunter Tyson going is to get one of the ACC's best defenders off of it, and one of the best perimeter defenders in the league.
And is it true that he's still growing? He's up to 6'9", so a perimeter defender who is 6'9" and that long, that willing. 17 points now for Caleb Love. The lead is 16. Galloway.
That would help, but to try to get Leaky Black off of him and force someone to help as Caleb Love lets one go, but that's the type of night it's been.
Check one with the cutting Hunter. Good defense again by UNC. Here comes Carolina. Davis with a basketball to a streaking Leaky Black. Josh Beadle back into the game. He had a short run off the bench in the first half for Clemson. A little deeper bench now for the Titans. And 329th in the nation, but when Caleb Love's shooting it like he does here today, it's a whole different story. Bacot, they go inside to him. That's been the story right from the start today, and the big man will have a chance for 3.
Absolute defensive clinic in that game, and if Virginia plays defense that way, they will be back in the mix. As Buck Johnson's able to knock down another 3-ball.
The double team. Skip pass to Love. Penetrates. Hangs off the window. No. There to clean it up. Puff. Johnson.
Biggest hero earlier today. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially since we continue to acknowledge and celebrate Black History Month. He said that is the figure that continues to...
Nothing that as a team they could not overcome. P.J. Hall down the backcourt, North Carolina with numbers, and R.J. Davis going to take advantage of it.
Like that team here today. Hall rips the rebound away and lays it in. Galloway lost his footing. Here come the Tar Heels. Love gives it back, and Bacot throws it down. Chase Hunter, Brevin Galloway, P.J. Hall in double figures. But again, one of the big storylines coming out of this one is that Hunter Tyson was shut down, averaging over 16 points per game. He had a 3-pointer early, and that was it on the offensive end. And you're not saying disregard altogether. You're just saying teams grow, teams evolve, teams change.
Right, because at the end of the day, when you count the losses, you also have to count the wins that Clemson has.
But it's been a long time. Done. Boy, everybody's making threes today for the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Of course, after Armando Bacot's comments after the Wake Forest loss, I'm sure there was a different level of attention paid to every detail.
Set a new season high for threes in a game. At 15, they have matched their season high. Boy, Wiggins does have a nice stroke.
That's because you weren't listening to me. You should have been involved in the conversation.
That is true. Mr. McCoy with 5 points off the bench. Well, good for Matt Kelly, the sophomore from Charleston, getting his name into the box score. Crowd wants the walk-on to get a shot up. Can't do it, but an impressive performance this afternoon for the Heat.
Absolutely was. North Carolina defensively was special here this afternoon.